Hey, how you doing? So back here. This is an update to the Touch PC controller beta version 1. Let's give you a quick overview. First, it's acrylic case. It's water cooled. That's pretty cool, right? Well, I think everybody's doing that. So let's give you a quick view up front. Up front, we have a 2.8 TIFF with touch screen. It's an 18-bit TIFF display. This is from Adafruit for around 40 bucks just for the display. Thank you, Adafruit. You're the shit, snit. So, first things first, the computer's off. The Arduino is powered all the time. That is done via a USB cable that currently is running out the back into the USB. That'll be fixed soon, as I'm going to convert this cable to plug into a USB header on the motherboard to solve a couple of other issues as well. The original power button on the case is now wired to the Arduino using the original pins so that no wires need to be cut. I've actually integrated pins onto the hardware board that I made for the Arduino. This just controls backlight. So let's go ahead and reset the Arduino so you can see how it boots up. Unplug that, plug it back in. You can just kind of watch the boot up screen. I just put this in there so that my buddy who this is for can't take credit. Okay, so that boots up. Yeah, let's power this bad boy up. Actually, let's show you a little bit of what I got going on inside. This is an Arduino Mega, a 1280. My own custom-made hardware board with all the logic controllers, and I'm using tip 50s. I think this for the fans, and a ULN 2003A for the RGBs, which I'll show you in just a minute. This also goes through an IDE cable on the hardware board that runs to the TIFF. The TIFF is mounted via a smoke plexiglass sheet that I made just for the mounting, which takes a double DIN space in this case. No review underneath here. You'll see that the last two fans are already set for high, but because the hardware board is ran off the Molex connector, they won't actually get power until the system is turned on. But because the PC is powered on by a 5-volt signal, which is where the original power button used to do, I can use the Arduino to control that. So let's fire this thing up. Power button, and it's alive. The power button goes from the Arduino to the original power button location on the motherboard. I just used some old pins I had lying around, or old wire, so it mounts the original pins. The reset button, instead of actually wiring up the reset button to the reset location on the motherboard, I decided to go ahead and encode. I just coded the reset button to where if you press the reset button, I'll just go ahead and do it. If you press the reset button, it actually acts as if the power button is being held down for 10 seconds, just to save soldering and save wire. Because most of these modern machines hardly use the reset switch on the boards anyways, and since the reset really just needs to turn off the computer in an emergency state, it actually runs straight through the power button, but it just emulates holding the power button down for 10 seconds. The power button does work normal. If you tap it, it'll turn on. If it's already booted up, you tap it, it'll do a safe shutdown. If you hold down the power button, it's the same as holding down the reset button. Although the reset button in this case is coded to act as if you were holding down the power button. I did that because the buddy this is for is hard-fingered, and I assumed that the LCD would last longer when he didn't have to try and jab at it until he got it to work right. Just because that's the kind of guy he is. I think that's everything. Oh, I guess I can just show you that these do work, actually. At the bottom I have 4 fan states, which correlate to the 4 pins I've actually got on the hardware board. The 3 and 4 control the fans for the radiator for the water cooling. As you can see, they automatically go to high. That's because those need to be cooling all the time, but they do control. If I can get both in here. Set those to low state, and you can see that they do in fact go down. Turn them back up. and then turn back up. I think the second one's done to the one in the back, and then there's another one that goes onto the side, which are off right now. Also, I have these super uber bright RGBs from DigiKey. If anybody wants to know what part they are, just give me a comment and I'll tell you. These things, you cannot look directly at them. They are ridiculous, and they're only like 3.3 volts. I've got two in here, wired in series, so I can actually use the 5-volt line off of the Mullix connector and through a ULN 2003A I'm using to control the RGBs. Those are going on next. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 3 fans, put them on a single fan controller on number 4, so that number 4 will actually control all the fans. So if it's at the low, they're all low. If it's at the medium, they're all medium, etc., etc. The first 3 I'm going to set up for RGBs, so like red, green, and blue. And I'm only doing that because, well, because menus are kicking my ass. I have posted on Adafruit's forums as well as Arduino's forums. Look for it. I'm Civic by nature. I think the forum is labeled the 2.8 TIFF and RGB controller. Look for them. If you got any info to help me out with menus for these, please. I could use a little bit of help. If anybody's even done this, show me some code, or at least show me you can do it with this screen. That would be fantastic. What I'd like to do is get to press a button, go into 3 RGB sliders, press done, go back to this menu. 2 menus. That's all I want to do. So if I can just figure out how to code it, because I can change the screen with a button state, that's no problem. It's getting the touch areas for the touch to change states that I'm having a problem with. So anyways, I'll go ahead and, oh yeah, we are booted up. So let's just go ahead and press the reset button so you can see that function. And there it goes. And then you can use the power button up here to turn off the backlight. And that's it. Alright.